This is the Queen, the most violent and temperamental arc in the game.
The forbidden firework.
And this is me at 3 in the morning with the $150,000 of gear in my backpack, trying to fight it all by myself. And despite what your eyes are about to tell your brain, it actually worked. And I owe it all to the psychopath who pulled the trigger. But sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. It will all make sense in 1 second. The game makers have gone on record that the Queen is a group boss. And while that specific instance probably isn't what they had in mind, in general, they are 100% correct. But there's a new mechanic in the game that's making taking her down much harder than ever before.
Looks like we got another one.
Armed with her own Air Force, a giant beam that both electrocutes and deep fries you, and what I'd soon find out is near infinite health, this arc boss has been a mainstay of the playlist rotation for a very simple reason. There's great loot if you're quick enough to grab it. And before this sneaky little update, you didn't have to be all that fast. But recently, that all changed because the developers of Arc Raiders made a controversial choice that has slowly reverberated through the player base and impacted our ability to do what we love: find rare blueprints and legendary loot. There used to really be just one way to go about getting cores. You followed the ancient unbreakable rule that if you rolled up your sleeves, opened your wallets, and put in an honest raid's work full of damage, you'd be rewarded. Not just with the feeling of accomplishment that comes after an honest day's work, but with the currency that makes the Arc Raiders universe go round.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at this explosion. Oh, thought that would blow it up.
Cores. Matriarch or Queen, it didn't really matter. Usually if you cracked that leg off, you would get the loot. But thanks to this new edition, there are now 2 very different ways players are going about getting cores. And it's all because of this guy.
What the f*** is up, Kyle?
The Nomadic Envoy has given birth to 2 new apex predators in Arc Raiders. Only this one isn't a robot. It's this guy. Or this guy. And unfortunately,
F***ing rat, you're a f***ing rat.
This guy. And they all have one thing in common. They want cores more than you do. And no matter the map, they're out on the battlefield doing everything in their power to make sure you don't get any. Because this new trader has pitted us all against each other. Because this new trader offers something never before seen in an extraction shooter: the ability to avoid the wipe. In every other extraction shooter, there are periodic wipes that take all of our loot, guns, and blueprints out behind the shed and shoot them, leaving us with only a tiny little kettle, light shield, and the foolish belief that we can get it all back before the next wipe comes. Now, all you have to do is get enough loot and you can bribe your way to eternal life in the form of ultra rare blueprints that, no matter how hard you wipe, will never leave your eternal safe pocket. And that has, understandably, caused both types of these new predators to feast on the contributions of others, all in an attempt to keep their blueprints. And like most raiders, I had one constant nagging question about all of this. What if there was a better, easier way to get this high tier loot all to myself? It turns out if you stay up way past your bedtime, you can find out the answer. But first I had to get really angry with a French guy on the internet. And it all started at 1:54 a.m. on Bluegate. I spawned in with my Equalizer, 70 rounds of energy ammo, 15 secret grenades, 10 herbal bandages and shield rechargers, a fully leveled and kitted out Renegade with 80 rounds of medium ammo, snap hook, cloaking device, deadline, smoke grenades, 3 wolf packs, binoculars.
Can we get some W spam in the comments for that roll?
And a belief that the only 2 things I'd be fighting here were loot goblins and the Queen. Turns out I would fight neither of them, because spawning in on the other side of the map was this guy.
Hello, friendly?
He was not in fact friendly.
Hello, friendly? I just want to kill the Queen.
And while he would eventually kill the Queen,
Let's kill the Queen.
that was definitely not the reason he was in this particular lobby. Blissfully unaware of my fate, I found myself on the scene and immediately had my dreams of soloing the Queen dashed when I saw a Raider flare shoot off in the distance. So I took out my binoculars to get footage for a video that will, honestly never be made, which is when I caught its attention. And for the first time, wished I had taken French for my high school's foreign language requirement.
Wow.
Hello.
Hello, Sally.
What's going on, my friends?
Peace. Good.
The whole interaction was just weird.
Shall we go fight?
No. We just want to kill the Queen. But we need help.
You want to do what?
But at the moment, I just chalked it up to the language barrier.
We want to kill the Queen. This. Fuck.
Wait. Yeah, she's not gonna like that, I don't think.
You might be confused as to why there is a second silent guy directly next to him, and I was also confused, but I'd soon find out.
Oh, tu m'énerves.
You can just have it. You can just have it if you want, guys. That's fine.
Oh, tu m'énerves. Oh, tu comprends rien de ce qu'on dit. Oh, il comprenait rien. Il était chiant. You're the chien.
Not entirely sure what he said here, but I got the sense that he was mocking me. While getting murdered in cold blood by the spawn of Napoleon is decidedly a bummer, I just crafted another equalizer, bought some energy ammo,
Finally someone bought that.
followed the queen over to damn battleground, and, as is customary, flew the French flag in recognition of the incredible gun skill it took to kill me. Okay. Let's get to work.
Hello, friendly guys. Friendly.
Back on Bluegate, our new friend was putting in extra work, trying to ruin as many people's day as possible.
Holy fuck.
And while I'm sorry if you're included in what you're about to see is this man's ever-growing body count, the mass murder event beginning to unfold is going to be the perfect way to show the 2 new strategies to maximizing your take-home loot, because as it turns out, I was about to find the second, less morally bankrupt way to do it.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! I killed the rat! I killed the rat! Why you shoot?
Plus, I do it all without having a friendly stream sniper like Silent Bob there
I killed the second rat!
to do my dirty work for me. It was now past 2 in the morning, and my first 2 attempts at soloing the queen were going not well. But on the bright side, I was getting killed in the old-fashioned way by semi-sentient pieces of code.
What the fuck?
And I had the lobbies completely to myself, which is more than the folks back on Bluegate could say.
You're a rat, bro! You're a rat! Hello, you rat!
When I spawned into what would be the greatest queen loot run in my illustrious Arc Raiders career. Okay. This is the one. Thankfully, I had come prepared. 1 equalizer, 6 wolf packs, Hulk Cracker with $40,000 worth of rocket ammo, zipline, Vita Spray, 10 herbal bandages and shield rechargers, extra medium shield, 3 defibs, 5 smoke grenades, 2 barricades, and somehow it almost wasn't enough. Thankfully, I had Glacian.
Hey.
And as I was setting into what would become our home for the next 15 to 20 loot-powered minutes, I couldn't help but wonder what was happening back on Bluegate. Think that guy's still going around killing people? Nah, I'm sure the tiger's changed his stripes.
Fucking rat! Why are you shooting? Fucking rat! Piece of shit!
But thankfully, I was about to take the lead in cores, because it turns out Glacian was really just there for the love of the game.
Are you trying to do it? I'm assuming, judging by the equalizer on your back.
I mainly just need a queen reactor to rebuild my Jupiter. I prefer the Jupiter.
Guys, this is amazing news. I get the help without the competition for cores. The tunnel I had found myself barricaded in was either going to be the best shot at cover or a coffin for the duration of the raid. Now, my brand new equalizer was already paying dividends, and when 2 legs fell off, I didn't waste any time slamming cores into my safe pocket, because I was still under the impression that the loot goblins would be coming out of the woodwork to take what was rightfully mine. Well, that was easy. They wouldn't, because no one else was on the map with us. Back on Bluegate, the lobby was still in full massacre mode, and no one had even had the ability to think about fighting the queen.
Hello, guys! Oh, you killed the rat! You killed the rat! No, it's a friendly! Are you friendly? You friendly, bro?
Because they were either being mercilessly gunned down by a bobcat with a kinetic converter,
You're not friendly?
or gaslit into thinking this raider was somehow providing a public service of rat extermination.
I killed the rat!
So for the time being, I took my 1 core lead back into what was now becoming my bunker and got back to work. It is interesting how you can have such widely different experiences in a very short 30-minute window, but I figured I was safe with Glacian.
I got another one.
He had given his intentions, which seemed fairly mundane,
And I got a defib, so don't worry about that.
had ample time to kill me, and didn't, while also speaking in a language I could readily understand.
The 1 leg right out there I already looted.
But just in case, I wanted to extend an olive branch made out of 9 parts plastic and 1 part moss.
I'm just gonna drop the defibs in case I go down.
That bond of trust was also about to be sealed because I was about to be presented with a moral test. I was about to put up a barricade when Glacian went down and his Raider Flare went up. The Raider Flares on Bluegate were certainly not being met with any defibs.
Hello? Friendly?
Yes, I'm friendly.
I'm not! Stupid freaking rat! Stupid freaking rat! Yeah, I know. That's why I killed you, because you are the fucking rat.
And I could have taken this opportunity to zero out my karma for the day because, you know, after all, if someone does something mean to you, that gives you free license to take it out on someone completely uninvolved and unaware, right?
Yo,
Hello?
my inventory. I'm just trying to go do my quest.
You're doing your quest? Back in PV lobby, back in PV lobby. I'm not your friend.
Nah, not really.
I got you, 1 sec.
While Marie Le Pen was nearing the end of her killing spree and about to focus on the Matriarch, I decided to defib a stranger on the internet.
I still have a hatch key, so.
Because although I didn't know it at the time, the competition for who could get the most cores was gonna come down to the wire.
Yep.
I'm gonna wolfpack this thing into oblivion. The hard part about being the only two people on the map fighting the queen is that there isn't really much chance to go outside and loot because she's only got eyes for you, which normally isn't the end of the world, but I was slowly running out of heals, ammo, and time. Also, the tunnel really isn't as safe as you'd think. Oh my god, right through the tunnel, huh? Thankfully, the queen had a brief deficit of attention, so I could go get more cores and run up my lead. I was gonna say, now might be your chance to loot if you're not already. I have smokes.
I got the one I need. If you want to loot it, go for it.
Oh, okay. Did not have to tell me twice. All right, here we go. Just as I was about to start looting, my slowly decomposing carcass on Blue Gate was about to get hit. I was about to complete the very rare feat of firing an equalizer on 2 different maps simultaneously.
Mec, je te laisse prendre toutes ces grenades paquettes qu'il a.
Again, no idea what he said. He shouldn't be hit, right? As I added one more core to my backpack, it felt like the queen was beginning to teeter, and my mind had now moved to just how many cores I could realistically cram and waddle myself to the raider hatch with, which was actually made easier by the fact that while I'd started with a pretty healthy inventory, I was now emaciated and crafting heals in round simply to stay alive. Situation's getting pretty dire here. Not as dire as this guy's though.
King Rat. King Rat.
Boy, she makes this really annoying to fight from down here. There was at least one leg scattered on the hills above us, but it was pretty clear now that the best chance to walk away with a fortune was to finish the job and sprint to the most valuable sphere in video game history, immediately after the queen went kaboom. So Glacian and I started emptying whatever ammo we had left into her. And that's when our race for cores really started to heat up. After skillfully shooting over 10 completely unsuspecting raiders in the face and acting like that was, some type of accomplishment, my new best friend had now turned his focus and my equalizer on the queen. Armed with my snap hook, equalizer, and all the energy ammo I had to my name, he could employ some verticality, which was more than me and Glacian could say. Just come down a little bit further so we don't burn alive. So as I was defibbing someone who wasn't going to shoot me in the back, he was able to drop damage scores my ground-dwelling self could only dream of, and do it knowing his plebeian stream sniper was going to drop him anything of value after it was all said and done. I did not have that luxury. While the equalizer is amazing at breaking off legs, its damage output is surprisingly low unless you're actively teabagging the red orb of death. God, that sucks. To make matters worse, I only had 5 rounds of energy ammo and 7 hull cracker rounds left, which, if I'm being honest, I had no real idea if it was going to be enough. Plus, Victor Wembanyama now had complete access to the entire queen carcass, and he wasn't wasting any time starting to loot. My 2 core lead had evaporated, and it was now time to blow it up or shut up. Do you have any heals on you, perchance?
No, I'm out of heals.
All right, let's party. There's a funny thing that happens after you've done something hard. Obviously, you hate doing it at the time, but after it's done, there's a sense of accomplishment and relief that I can only describe as biblical. All right, now we better not die to some stupid rocketeer or something. We can split whatever, I don't really care. I'm not sure if it was the flood of dopamine coursing through my bloodstream or that there was really no shot I could have done this without their help, but I decided to let Glacian in on the spoils. There's 1 reactor in the middle too if you want it. So instead of 5 cores, I only had 4. Either way, the exact opposite thing was taking place on Blue Gate.
Mec, je suis gras comme un cochon.
5 to 4 wasn't great, but I still had legs to loot. Okay, that makes 5. And with the next leg, I was about to move into the lead, even if it was just momentarily. And that's 6. It felt like this was a fair fight up until the point that it really wasn't. Because it turns out, not only can I not compete with someone whose sole existence of playing this video game is to socially engineer you into a state of trust, but who also has someone who will empty their backpack for them. What are you gonna do, right? The nomadic trader doesn't ask how or where you got your loot from. So in the end, yes, technically I didn't win the race. Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. But as we both made like Mario down our respective tubes back to Speranza, well, massive success, man, thanks.
Yeah, GG's.
I at least was left with the satisfaction that at least I didn't have to do something like this in order to get it. So yeah, I feel like I'm the real winner here.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Especially if you, I'll go this way. Click on those, suggested videos that are right there.